Hello, my name is Craig Mason from MIPIM. This is a new series called Property Influencers, where we talk to some of the top people in the real estate and property market. I have the pleasure of welcoming Dr. Wolfgang Schuster, Mayor of Stuttgart. Welcome to MIPIM.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure to have you here. Now, if you had to rethink how property is developed and the types of properties that are developed for cities, what would be your vision?
Stuttgart is the home of Daimler, of Mercedes, of Porsche, of Bosch, and many other hidden world champions. So quality is the most important thing linked with innovation. And innovation in the architecture and city planning means to bring ecological demands, social demands together and make it payable to the affordable, not only for the business community, but also, if you think about housing, for normal people. And naturally we will see a competition for good investments. It's normal. We have a global market. The real estate market is a global market. Therefore, for me, the discussion with investors about their goals and our goals as a city are so important to bring them together and have in the end of the day, symbiotic situation that you have two winners. The city, the citizens on one hand, and the investor of the real estate on the other.
Are there things that the city can do to try and maximise, this win-win and to maximise this symbiotic relationship?
First of all, you have to be a reputation or image to be attractive. That's one thing. Second, that you have a demand. For example, we'll see now a new phase of urbanization. That means people from the rural areas will go back to the city, and seeing the demographic development, the elderly people do not like to stay in their house in the green. They want to be part of our urban society. So that means they want to live in the cities. How to create a civil society, and therefore it's so important to have public spaces just to meet, like a type of market space, of a non-commercial market space, that people can meet, that they can do something together, that you have civic centers. So the different nations, different generations could do something together, making sport, making music. And by this, you have a tolerant and relaxed situation in a city. And I think that's very important also for every investor, that he can be sure there will be no danger, there will be no tension, social tension, there will almost no criminality. So that it's a living, urban living and a safe place.
Boris Johnson, Mayor of London, yesterday made a comment that, he said that the future is in the cities, that people increasingly want to move to the cities. Is that something that you're finding in Germany?
Yes, a very strong demand of housing in the city, of having short ways, because it's always a question of time efficiency. And for us, under the ecological or energy aspect, if you have a higher density, it's easier to organize public transport. You have less costs for sewage, for water supply, and so on. So a higher density is an advantage, but you have to look for quality. And therefore I see, and this is particularly important for the Stuttgart area, we will see much more electric mobility in the cities due to the low emissions, due to the low noise, to the lower noise. Because why people went out? Because you have a noisy situation, a lot of emissions toxic emissions, fine dust.
How important is this kind of event that brings together people in one place at one time? How important do you think this type of event is for a city such as Stuttgart?
You know, I come here almost every year now. I think it's over 10 times that I'm here at the MIPIM. For me, it's a good way of learning what other cities are doing, what are concepts of other cities. On one hand, and the other hand, to meet many investors, also other mayors, discussing what are the challenges and how to overcome the challenges. I think that's a real chance, and this is therefore it's so important that MIPIM is a really international platform for exchange of ideas and of discussion.
What do you think are the big trends that are going to be transforming cities?
You know, we will see energy crisis, because the prices of energy and also the availability of fossil energy will go down. And I see in the 10 years perspective that a huge number of buildings will be self-reliant. That means they have their own, they need zero energy from outside. So they have will become smart buildings, and this is a huge market, and this is linked with a lot of services, linked with a lot of new jobs, and these are jobs you cannot export to China. They are just here in the town, and therefore I'm very keen to push this idea of remodeling buildings to a zero energy and a zero emission standard.
Well, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
And we appreciate you being here, and we hope you enjoy the rest of your time here at MIPIM.
Thank you very much.